Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today, I want to take a look at some mono green stuff because I've seen some different variants going around lately, and it seems like green is starting to have a little bit of a shot. But thought about what if we play a version that has 30 or more creatures in it? Not sure if that's going to work, but I think there's a few options here, and there's a lot of ways to deal with what we're seeing on the metagame, and especially on the arena ladder right now. So, hopping in, we've got some Cenote Scout. No surprise, it's just a +1/+1. If it's not, it gets us a land, and that's actually not the worst thing in this build. We are going to play some hard-hitting questions as a way to just deal with a little bit of everything. Bristly Bill is a way to grow our creatures, and usually draw some removal because they don't want this getting out of hand. Canker Bloom's pretty cool since we have a few things to get some counters, but also another way to destroy artifacts and enchantments. Quirion Beastcaller. This is one that's just always generally good and easy to cast. We are going to play some Archdruid's Charm for some extra just utility, or even letting us search up some creatures later in the game. We have some Kadama of the West Tree just for some bonus lands, but more importantly, also something with reach, which is really good against the mono red decks. Outcaster Trailblazer, another one that we like a lot. Another way to get some cards, can possibly ramp you up later in the game for some, like, you kind of can set it off to the side. Maybe you want to have two things after a sweeper. Totally reasonable option. We also have some Polar Kranos Reborn, no surprise there. Again, something with reach, good against mono red. We are going to play a few copies of Tribute to the World Tree, just because I want to see how this works out. This could end up just being a lot of extra cards for us, which could be really good if nearly everything we're drawing is a threat. Uvenwald Oddity, so we have two things here. One, a haste creature, but second, also something we can spend excess mana on, which is super nice. I'm going to try out one Thrun, because I don't get to play it that often, and we're playing mono green, so let's just play a Thrun. And we're going to play a full set of Gold Vein Hydras, because again, if this dies, we have some ways to spend the mana. We can cast multiple things on a turn. This is a good haste creature. It tramples, does a little bit of everything, and scales up pretty well for us. So if you're a fan of big green monsters, this should be a good one. At the end of the video, don't forget you can hit the subscribe button and the like button, but more importantly, there will be a link that takes you over to Moxfield where you can download this deck. They're a channel partner, they support us, so you should go post your decks over on the Moxfield. For now though, let's go see if 30 creatures is enough to get the job done. Wow, this is tough. I think we're gonna mulligan. Being able to draw, I was gonna say I'd like some number of 2 mana things. Let's do this. That's cool, but can't do anything with it. I guess theoretically I could have played a Hydra or something this turn, but not really what we're aiming to do. Taxis. Alright, well it did get instantly countered. But it looks like we're up against a very, very boring Boros Control, or Jeskai Control, so. Probably saw this in one of my other recent videos. We played against this a few times, so I guess it's going around the ladder these days. Sure. Wait for this to die. Yeah, I wasn't surprised. Like, we kind of knew that was coming. But let's go ahead. Get this out there. Alright. Do I want to play this or not? I guess so. Then we attack. No Wandering Emperor or anything? Nope. End the turn. They will Memory Deluge. Alright, I assume they're just going to go for a sweeper. And then we'll be left with the choice of using Canker Bloom on either putting another counter on Gold Vein Hydra so we get more treasure. Or the other option of just destroying their thing so they can't draw cards. Or neither, apparently. Does this mean there's a Wandering Emperor in our future? If I make this for 3 and I leave a Canker Bloom trigger open, what happens? We could get in for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, sorry. Like banging stuff over here. All right, I think I'm gonna just make this for 3. And just be a bit more of a nuisance if there's a Wandering Emperor. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Finally, I'm home.
And if they try to stop the Cankerbloom, then we just sacrifice it. So they don't gain any life. We will just proliferate. Get all that extra damage in. Alright. So that mostly worked. Oh, so they don't have a sweeper here, but they probably have another Wandering Emperor. Oh, Lightning Helix incoming? That would be unfortunate. Oh. Okay. What happens here? Opponent, opponent just says GG's. Oh, this is... You know what? Let's see what happens. Why not? We could always draw some better 2-mana thing. If not, we'll just play a 1-mana Hydra and just see what the hell happens, right? Alright, we're on the 1-mana Hydra plan, because we apparently can't draw our creatures to save our life. Alright. Don't minus my guy. Oh, okay, cool. They're going to give us treasure. That's so much better. Deck, where, like, we literally put 30 creatures in here because we're trying to make a video, a fun video for people. How is this happening? This is not what we're intended to do at all. Okay, do I want to play Thrun here is a real question. I think so, because we can still Thrun with no downside here, and we get a card. Ah, why does it land? Why? What are we doing? Oh, this is so tough. Alright, I guess there's Wandering Emperors in our future. So we play this, let's say there's a Wandering Emperor. They go to 21, then they lose 9, so they go to 12. Sunfall happens, we play another oddity. Sure, I guess. Alright. Hey, how did we know there was going to be a Wandering Emperor? Because there's always a Wandering Emperor. Sure, so I take 9. We didn't really care which way the 9 came. We just got our 9. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this.
I guess that's it then.
Alright, so they're at 11. I'm assuming there's a Sunfall. We can't target Thrud, so that's not a thing. Okay, so there wasn't a Sunfall. That's real good for us, actually. Liliana's real bad for us.
No more distractions. Let's make this quick. Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
But I think we're just going to have to ignore and just do our thing. Alright, they're at 6. You got it. We each discard. So I need to find... Oh, no, I do have another land already. I have the treasure. That works nicely. This becomes an 8-8, and this becomes a 5-5. Is that enough? Alright, well, we'll try. If they have the removal card, they have the removal card. Looks like they don't. Oh, it all becomes a 4-4. But that's 12 minus 3 is 9, so... Opponent's saying GG's here. 12, 11, 10, 9. They were definitely at 10 to start the turn, right? Oh, but they would have died during their upkeep anyway, unless they had a way to instant speed gain life. So they would have still died. All right. Wow. Weird game. That's not how I thought that was going to finish, but we'll take it. Yes, we'll keep this. This is a tough one because I almost feel like we need to play Bristly Bill just to draw some removal. Oh, all right. So, all right. Well, I don't think removal is going to be the problem here. I think we're going to have to get rid of this or fight something with the Archdruid's Charm. I'm hoping we draw a green mana source because otherwise, well, now it doesn't even matter. They just get rid of our Archdruid's Charm. Take that option away from us. Oh, they didn't. They took Hydra? Oh man, we drew the Merrick's when we have 3 triple green things in hand. That's hurtful. Alright, well. I guess we need to do this to unlock some mana. Is it even worth it? It's probably not. Let's just do this. I'll probably hate myself later, but here goes. Because I can use Canker Bloom to get rid of this if we need to. Oh, well, that's a better thing to fight. Why does our deck look like this? I mean, I know it's a silly question, but, like, I'm truly trying to figure out what's going on here. All right, they're at 8. There's the dude. I was wondering. Another 1 mana thing? Yep, there you go. I was assuming that was there somewhere. Okay. So how do we want to treat this? Alright, well, we kind of got to play this. And then attack. Oh. That's an aggressive block there, but I'll take it. Alright. We'll proliferate. Hopefully they don't have another one. So it's interesting. I can't say I've seen Preacher in these decks, but it kind of makes sense in a way. Because if they're behind, then they get a lifelinker. If they're ahead, then they just get cards. So it's actually, and it's not a bad card in general. I just thought when I saw it, things were going a different direction than what they were. I mean, you can jump block for a bit, opponent. You're not in bad shape here. Oh, this might change things a little bit. All right, that'll do it, they said. Ooh, this is not good. Let's mulligan this. Yeah, this feels a little bit better. Tough decision, though. Alright, I'm gonna go here, I think. Oh, that's unfortunate. Pass the turn. Okay, this guy. When one or more of their non-token creatures in the battlefield under your control, if none of them were cast. Oh, so this is for real just going to be ninja time. Okay, then. I guess we try this. I mean, I can't block this guy, so I have to block here. His other has menace. Alright, so you got a silver fur guy. What's his other thing? If none of them... Oh, but you returned that, so you don't get the bonus. Yeah. Okay. That's a thing that happens. What I'm looking at here is I don't... you know what? We can block that guy. Sure. Okay. Opponent just... That's weird. I'm not even sure what was happening in this game. I was just going to play Kodama there. And then probably... I wasn't even sure if I was going to attack. Just to make sure they can't flash anything else into play. But then they have to recast Satoru. I think maybe the opponent forgot they had to pay for this to go unblockable, maybe? But I don't know. I mean, we were in decent shape anyway with the hard-hitting question and going to get to play a 3/3 Gold Vein Hydra, so I guess it didn't matter too much. But yeah, weird game for just being a couple turns. Oh, definitely can't keep that. Where are my simple draws of just like Scout, Beast Caller, 3-guy, whatever? Come on now. That's all we're looking for. That's not going to cut it. I just got rid of a land deck. Come on now. Okay, maybe that'll help somewhere down the road. It can always be tough, though, because like sometimes you just want to play the Trailblazers, just like keep the attacks going, but... Alright, get in there. Excellent. Don't hate it. Alright, in that case, we're just going to do this. You got it. I think I'm just going to do that for now. I was going to attack for 4 here, but maybe try to get a little more value. Shieldred could be tough here, though. I was going to say, I could have just missed some damage there, unfortunately. Let's go attacking. We have drawn way too many mana sources here. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? All right. Man. Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal. Joint Exploration. That's a card you don't get to see very often. They did leave something on top, so it's probably a land to do something heinous to us. But yeah, we should definitely lose with this draw. The weird thing is, though, like when they know you have Trailblazer, like sometimes they're just sitting on removal to kill the Trailblazer, and you know. And I'm assuming in this case they have sweepers that they're just kind of waiting on. But at least here we get a card if this resolves. So it's not like we don't get anything. Ugh. Well, we lose our board. But I do get 2 cards. If it even resolves. That's the other thing. There's no guarantee that that even happens. So I think I'm just going to do this. It's weak, but... them having 3 mana open is what it is. We'll take a Bristly Bill, I guess, for later. I mean, they may not have the sweeper. Who knows? But I feel like they do. No, they don't. Because they definitely would have just let that sit there and kill it next turn. Alright. But we wouldn't have got the value we really wanted anyway. I mean, I think we would have got an extra card. But then they still kill our oddities, so... eh. Alright, let's see what they're up to. There's no way this is going to resolve, right? Nope, they let it. All right, we get a card. That's cool. Maybe that has some meaningful value down the road. Try to attack. Be as aggressive as we can be. All right, in the turn. I'm going to hold on to both of these because next turn I could just play Bill, put counters, play a land, put a counter. Double the counters. Wow, did they not, even after all those cards, they didn't have a sweeper? This can't be accurate. All right, that makes 2 blockers. That's a thing. Now my plans change because I kind of want to just activate Uvenwald Oddity. But they obviously have something here. So they got land. I mean, I guess we just try it anyway, right? I mean, if you have an answer, you have an answer. That's interesting. So they could chump block 1 or block our 2 1/1s. I guess we just do it. I mean, they're going to kill our Oddity here, I think. Our Behemoth. I mean, if not, we win. If they do, then they get some good blocks here, and they can be at 4 or whatever life they decide to be at. Oh. Well, then that's totally fine. If that's all they had. Yeah. We have just a big trampling mess right now. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is one of those games, right? When you look at any creator's video and you're like, we won the game and we beat whatever this is, like Sultai Control or whatever. This also feels like a bit of an outlier. Like, the opponent killed a bunch of things, but then they scried and drew a card here. They looked at 4 cards here. They looked at 4 cards here. They had 2 surveil lands in play, and I think a 3rd. Right? So, like, they saw a lot of extra cards and somehow didn't have a sweeper or whatever. Like, we were planning and playing around it and hoping, but, like, very weird sequence to be like, we won, which we did, and it still goes in the win column, but doesn't mean that this is a great matchup necessarily. I honestly don't know if it is or isn't. But it comes back to a thing I like to talk about, that when you watch our videos, me or anybody else, look at more of how things happened more than what happened, because just like this could be a win, we could have a loss where we just get some bad luck, or I'm often playing at night and tired, so I'm misplaying left and right, and that could change the outcome of a game. So just looking at whether something won or lost isn't necessarily the best thing to do when watching one of our videos. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, gross. Mulligan that one. All right, we're going to keep it, and I guess maybe be on some Hydra shenanigans this game. Not going to lie, I kind of really want a 2/2 Cenote Scout here. 2/2 and maybe even have like a Beast Caller on top. No luck. I'm going to get rid of that. Even though it might be reasonable to still have here, I think we're just going to be on a different plan. Case. Alright, we've dealt with Case before. Let's go ahead and play this. Attack. Opponent's likely playing something that cares about gaining life or whatnot here. If it's the 2/2, we could be in real trouble. Yeah. Yep. That's what I thought. So how do we get out of this? Fight spell would have been great, but we did not have it. So what's our next best option? Put a counter here. Play this guy. Attack here. Which they'll let us just get a land. So we put the counter here. Don't know if we can race them with this start without finding a fight spell, honestly. And we probably even need it to be the charm so that we get a +1 and can fight. Because I can't imagine they're going to gain less than 2 life here. Unless their hand's just really weird. Alright, well, that's 1 life. There's... Oh, no, that one's lifelink. Oh, yeah, it comes into play. So, yeah, there's the extra point. Alright, so we need a charm here. Oh, opponent's just going in aggressive mode? Alright. I mean, this is probably the easiest way for us to get rid of this. So I'm down. Definitely didn't see that coming, but maybe they really, really wanted to scry. I don't know. They left something on top. So I'm going to hold on to this hard-hitting question because I probably want to kill something other than the Lurker Bat. If I were guessing. Okay. They're down to 1 card. So oh, it's Preacher. Yeah, we can kill a Preacher. Not the way we really want to, but if we gotta, we gotta, you know? Let's go kill a Preacher. We at least get treasure for our troubles. Oh, no, this is just deals damage. It's not actually fight. I forgot. This is a bite, not a fight. So yeah, that works out perfectly. Though, if it would have died, I would have just had the all treasure. I would attack with Oddity, then flipped Oddity this turn. Was actually what was going through my head. Alright, so as it turns out, I'm starting to see Preacher of the Schism added to these decks regularly. So that's something to pay attention to if you see these builds. Preacher of the Schism is definitely making its way into these lists, because this is multiple times today I've run into this. Okay, let's keep this. Maybe we can find one of our dudes off the top. Nope. Looks like we're going to be in trouble if we're playing against good old skeletons here. Yep. Alright, we'll do what we can, but it's not looking great unless we find something big off the top. Only saving grace is maybe we get to play a Hydra that dies, you know? And that's not like the worst thing. No blocks. They get their cards here. I mean, we're going to be in rough shape either way we go about this, so... Pass a turn. Not a great situation, but probably the best we could hope for on the draw here in this setup. But I mean, 2 good removal cards here, and they've pretty much got this in the bag, I think. They keep checking the Hydra. Problem is, even if we get the Hydra, we can't, like, Oddity plus Archdruid's Charm. We'd still be 1 mana short. Unless, like I say, they kill Beastcaller first. Oh, no. Okay, oh, that just steals damage. Yeah, that works. And now they're going to kill the Hydra? Sure. That makes sense. Alright. Yeah, we're just dead. They had the removal, and we had the slow draw. So, alright. GG's. No need in playing that one out. Okay, let's do it. This is probably one of the better hands we've had on just a 7-card keep here. Ooh, do we keep that? Sure, why not? Mostly because we kind of know what our next few plays are, so that being on top is at the very least just a body in this fight. Especially if it ends up being mono red, because I can't think of anything else that's just going to be playing shocks that aggressively. They might Lightning Strike Beastcaller here. Which I wouldn't blame them. Unless they're going to go for damage and play like Swift Spear. Well, if they had Swift Spear plus something, they would have already played the Swift Spear turn 1, unless they just drew it. Ah, Slick Shot show off. Hey, lucky for us, we have a thing that can block that. We have to play this first, though, because we don't have another green land in hand. We are not particularly the aggressor here, but I am going to attack anyway. Taking a little bit of a gamble there. Might pay the price depending on what they have, but you know, you do what you got to do. In a weird way, I'm kind of hoping. Well, I was afraid they had. I was kind of hoping we'd get to trade for the Pulokranos, but that's not a deal here. So now we got to find a fight spell, which is bad because keeping this Trailblazer on top now probably works against us, unfortunately. Yep. That's what I was afraid of. All right. Well, here's our thing now. You're gonna attack here and here, I think. Only in the sense that if they have another slick shot, I would like to be able to block it, because that's a way we could die fairly easily. But I mean, they also might just pump the slick shot all the way and we're dead anyway. Needed a fight spell, did not find one. And usually this is a matchup where one fight spell goes a long way, two can often just end things. So that's a good sign for us, actually. Like, that could have been a lot worse. Alright, now I think we're good. We got a little lucky, well, and got a bonus card that I don't think we need here, because they could block 5 and take minimum of 11, no matter how they do it, so sure. Alright, got away with one, drawing our removal spell a little too late, but worked out for us. Yep, they're checking everything out, but I think they're realizing it's going to be 10 damage no matter what. Yep. We will take it. Okay, we'll keep this. Come on, be a 2/2, please. We already have too many lands. Ah, why? Why? I mean, I guess at least it was a Merrick, so this is some type of control match. But man, we needed that to be a 2/2 so bad. Because we have already way more than enough lands in hand for this deck to function at any real rate. Alright. Man, drawing another land here. This is not looking good, y'all. We have 30 creatures and proceed to keep drawing lands. I mean, we're still going to get wrecked here if they have temporary lockdown. Though I guess we'd make a Hydra for 2. Which is something. No, we're just going to get lost that. Okay. Fair. Not what I would have expected to see necessarily. Let's go ahead and just attack for 1. I think we'll just try to play a Pulokranos. It's likely just going to get hit with 3 steps ahead, but whatever. Nope, no 3 steps ahead. Oh, looks like another spot removal. Yep, more get lost. Okay, sure. You got it. Is this Wandering Emperor's time to shine? Really? Oh my goodness. Come on, man. Jeez, I can't, like, how, like, this Cenote Scout is resisting being a 2/2 for all in the world. Like, that's, oh my gosh. That's so hurtful. That's the stuff that just makes you want to cry. I mean, I'll take it. I don't really want it at this point, but sure. Hey, guess what's on top? Yep, I assumed they were going to Memory Deluge here. I'm really just trying to play it slow with this Goldvein Hydra and Myric since we didn't get any real creatures to stick earlier. I love, though, how the first Cenote Scout we couldn't get a counter on. The second one was like, I'll take all the counters, boss. I got you. Founding the third path. Okay. Well, that's a thing. Fading Hope, sure. I mean, this is some good news, I guess, right? No sweepers. I mean, I guess we just try to Hydra. I don't even think we try to Hydra here. Realistically. God, the same scout won't take the damn counter. Like, whoa. Like, man. Sometimes you just have bad luck, y'all. It just is what it is. Like, gosh dang. What are you gonna do? I guess they're just debating if they want to counter or not here. Alright, they let it go. I mean, they know we have all these forests. Yeah, I think I'm just ending the turn. I don't think I want to walk into a Sunfall or whatever here if we don't have to. Yeah, mill me all you want, I guess. I mean, they can replay a removal spell on their next turn. Okay, there's depopulate. That was correct. We wouldn't have gotten much out of that. I think this is where I go ahead and play the Myrics. So what happens here, right? They get to replay a thing. So probably, if I were guessing, just get lost. Maybe not even. They might just depopulate, depending on what their turn looks like. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it's better than nothing. Yep, that makes sense to me. So we get maximum resources here. Unfortunately, our hand is so many land and these pointless hard-hitting questions, so we don't really get to do much. Alright, we'll try to save that for later. I don't think that's what we want to do right now. Yeah, you can stay, why not? Since we now have Cenote Scouts that will accept counters, seems like a good deal for us. And the turn. Alright, make a duder. Probably could have made a dude and put the counters on that dude, to be honest. At least have a 2-2, because, you know, Wandering Emperor still exists. Okay, what does this turn look like? If they Wandering Emperor, we could fight an Emperor. Or we could 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leave up 3. I don't know how I want to do this. I could do this for 5. And still be able to make a token during their end step. And still fight something. I'd have to do it for 4. No, I could do that for 5. Because it's 3 tap. I'd use all my treasure, but alright. We'll see what they got. This is in anticipation, I was going to say, of a Wandering Emperor existing, which it does.
Run away.
So, no surprise there.
This is what you get for hurting my
Alright. Okay.
Our swords will cross again.
Kind of the best we could hope for overall, really, there. Revelry? Ed, that counts. I mean, they get you some life and a couple of bodies. No cards, because we did manage to get to play another card last turn. Jace. Okay. Not who I was expecting to see, but hey. Sure. I am going to go ahead and make a 1/1 here. And while that does eat up all my treasure, I think we're okay with it. This is tough because I kind of want to use this to go after Jace. But it's kind of a bad idea. Alright, so what's our plan here? We attack into Jace. I think we just attack everything into Jace. And they double chomp and we kill Jace. Yeah, alright. Kind of bad, but gotta do it. Or else we don't ever really get ahead, I don't think. Okay.
You can easily be solved for.
Deal with that. No, let's not do that, Arena. Let's do this. Alright. In the turn. Now we have some backup action, just in case. I mean, I feel pretty good, all things considered, because we haven't drawn a lot of threats, really. Not any of our good threats.
The weak-minded will be educated in.
I mean, I say that. We have drawn 2 Hydras. And Hydra does count. Oh, they're just going to mill us here. Oops. Alright, how many cards we got left? 27? Well, that's a thing. Let's just ignore Jace. And attack the opponent directly for 6. Okay. End the turn. They now have 6 mana. Alright, whoo, we got there. Overall, the deck does what we want, and my concern was when I built this, I went with no Nissa, right? Because I was like, well, maybe some of the decks we're running into are so fast, we don't actually want Nissa. And maybe we want to focus on having other ways to just like chump block some things, destroy some things, have some stuff with reach, which technically everything still worked out. And there was a lot of times we got extra cards, right? Off of Trailblazer, off of Tribute to the World Tree, and those made a big difference. So I think that part all tracks the way we wanted to. It's just, look at the fact of, we didn't get to test it against the things we really wanted to test it against in this video. So, grain of salt there. But I do think if you're running into a lot of control-heavy decks, it's reasonable to believe that replacing maybe 1 Thrun and 1... I don't know if I'd say Gold Vein Hydra, maybe like an Uvenwald Oddity or some such, with Nissa would make sense. Because being able to just have a Planeswalker that can destroy some of their problematic cards and then just keep making creatures every turn is a pretty big business. And even more so when you have like Tribute to the World Tree or a Trailblazer out where you can just keep getting cards every turn, right? Like it kind of adds up. Outside of that, though, if you are running into more of the small to mid-rangey decks, this build is probably where you want to be, right? We have a lot of stuff early. It's weird. Did we get a Beast Caller this whole video? I don't remember even casting one. I don't think we did. We're still leaving it in the deck. It's just weird that I don't think we found one. But honestly, I think still having all these early things that the opponent wants to deal with that they don't like having in the way causes a lot of problem for them. Because especially when you start getting your bigger stuff, whether it's Trailblazer, Pulakrenos, you know, Uvenwald Oddity, a lot of times they're just out of removal. And then you kind of get to play the long game with them because you have extra cards, which is not something you get to do with a lot of green decks. So this is actually kind of a nice change of pace. And between Hard-Hitting Question, Canker Bloom, Archdruid's Charm, we have enough removal of things to not have anything be too terribly scary that we don't have answers to. So I like that too. But yeah, overall, this one was actually a pretty nice build. I think people could have some fun with this if you want to play Mono Green. And you'll probably see variations of this type of green running around right now because it seems like the right option for people to be playing. But the list is 3 Cenote Scout, 3 Hard-Hitting Question, 3 Bristly Bill, 4 Canker Bloom, 4 Beast Caller, 2 Archdruid's Charm, 2 Kadama of the West Tree, 3 Outcaster Trailblazer, 2 Pulakrenos Reborn, 2 Tribute to the World Tree, 3 Uvenwald Oddity, 1 Thrun, 4 Gold Vein Hydra, 1 Beseiju, 21 Forest, and 2 Myrics. Also, simple note, sometimes the Myrics can end up causing a small bit of an issue with your mana because we do have a lot of things that need triple green. So if you run into that and it bothers you, feel free to replace this with another forest. And if you like seeing fun variants on known decks, we played a Sultai deck that actually did well in a big Japanese tournament, top 8 actually. And it looks nothing like you would expect a Sultai list to look like, and it doesn't even play Shieldred, but played very damn well. So check that out. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.